Welcome to week 5. I had a few emails with questions about this week's assignment for the individual donor interview. I wanted to see if I could provide a little bit of an overview and help everyone feel more comfortable with the expectations. First, in regards to who to interview, you have two options with this. You may want to role play with another classmate, and if that's the case, please reach out to those individuals early in the week so that you can make sure your schedule fits with theirs. Also, a lot of people work in actual nonprofits, and so this could be the perfect opportunity to use this assignment to reach out to a potential donor that you've been interested in getting to know a little better. In the past, students have actually used this assignment to perform real prospect screening for their development staff and basically filled out the 4R matrix and handed it to their development staff after the interview was over. And so this could be really beneficial for you and your organization. The next thing about this assignment is don't overthink it. This is exactly about how you build those relationships with individual donors. So you're going to want to call up the person that you're talking to, maybe decide to meet for coffee, and then start sharing information about yourself, asking questions about themselves, and learning what it is that motivates and interests each other. Having this background information is really important in completing the 4 R's for a major gift for fundraising. Right person, right project, right amount, and right time. So for example, if you're interviewing someone and they share with you that something tragic just happened, like maybe they just got into a wreck and totaled their car, then you know that now might not be the right time, and you would make note of that on your sheet after you're done with the interview, not in front of them. Right amount, that might be something that you screen a little bit later. Maybe you find out what kind of job they have, what average salaries are in that area, things to that effect. Right project. If you find out that someone is not actually interested in pets, let's say, and you work for a humane society, but they are really interested in young or early childhood development, it might be that your nonprofit has a program where you allow young children to read to dogs. And then you're able to share with that person that we do this, and then share the research that shows that that actually helps children in their confidence of reading test scores. Now, notice how you're taking what the person is interested in and actually applying it to a particular project. And right person can mean a couple of different things. One, are they even interested in your organization? Remember that an ethical fundraiser is one who's helping the donor make their vision come true. So it might be that you're talking to this individual about the Humane Society, and this individual shares with you that honestly they couldn't care less about animals, but they are actually very motivated in helping with breast cancer research because perhaps they have a family member who passed away because of breast cancer. In a case like that, an ethical fundraiser would take and introduce them to someone with the Breast Cancer Foundation. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down with the individual that you're interviewing, and you're going to tell them about yourself. Tell them about what interests you. Ask them questions about what interests them. And then talk to them about specific things that your nonprofit, either real or made up, are doing that could impact what it is that they're interested in. Try to make that match. And then when you're done, you would fill out the 4 R's right here, where we talk about what do we know about this person. Do they have a connection with the organization? Maybe through your conversation you found out that they were connected to a board member or staff. Do they have an affinity for the mission? Remember we gave the example of the person who didn't really care about animals? Right here you might say no. Maybe they have a ton of money to give, but you're not within their scope, and you'd want to make note of that. But all of this hopefully would be filled out and actually embedded within the final paper that you provide. The final paper is basically a rundown of what you learned about this process. Were you comfortable talking to the person? How did you make a decision about what program to tell them about? And then whether or not in real life you would see them as being someone who might be able to make a major gift. So remember, the overall goal is to learn how to use the 4R matrix and apply it to this interview that you just had, but also how do you take what your organization is doing and make a connection with the donor. If you have any further questions about this assignment, please feel free to give me an email, shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to respond. Thanks so much.